Hello, how are you? This is Hector Gonzalo speaking to you. I want to present something to you that some of you know about but don't know about the proposal we have. We are developing an extension for the More Voices platform. It's going to be called More Voices Studio. Why? To the platform that you already know, we are adding video conferencing and also the study part, which is programming study, that is, creating a web page, or many, without knowing anything. Just copy and paste, and in less than 30 minutes is on the internet under your domain, in your name, and an article that can be created by copying an existing web page of an article you want or creating the content yourself. One suggestion that I want to make to you is when you are watching a video, you can expand it here with this symbol, and watch this video on a desktop computer, because obviously it is going to look much better, bigger. Do you realize? That is, the details of the work carried out will not be lost. Thanks. Hello again. There is an article that came across me on WhatsApp, Telegram, I don't know from where. It is an article that I did not choose, but I want to show you one of the most important functions that we have developed to help the transmission of announcements, complaints, new projects, whatever. Here I have the web page, and it seems that it is from Seville, Spain. Diario 16. What now? They show RNA vaccines, RNANM, and whatever the article is, it doesn't matter here. I try to show you the function of the More Voices study platform, where it will allow us to convert this web page of these people into our web page, in less than 30 minutes if we have the appropriate elements. I'm going to just use the mouse with the left button. I'm dragging it to the end of the page where I want to copy, and I'm going to copy it. Copy and paste. Remember, I'm going to copy it. Right-click, copy. I already copied it. Now I'm going to put it in. This is a test I did. I'm going to look for a new page, created from the scratch. I am going to create a new page. Then I am going to click create a blank page, and here with the mouse button I am going to choose from these three buttons the one in red, which allows me to copy the page in the original format that is in the web. Those who know a little realize that I am talking about, and there are things that do not interest me. For example, all this is part of the website that does not interest me, and this link does not interest me either, for example. And here other articles that do not come to the case in order to show what I want to show you. So, going through this type of advertising and there is a link that I am going to leave because they are links so that we can see how they work on our page. Going through it, I see that this photo is very large. It does not fit, but Word allows us to resize it to an acceptable size. As you can see, it makes me more comfortable to see it. Here is another photo. It is very large, and I can redesign it to the size that allows me to see it. I am willing to answer any question, please. It will not be a problem. Note that I can see the entire article that I wanted to show, and obviously already on our page we will be able to format it, give it what we want. Having this, what we have left is to record the photos that we have. This is a photo. This is another photo. I am going to delete this photo because it does not have a photo, but there is the name of the author. This is another photo. These photos must be saved so that later they can be uploaded to our website made with More Voices Studio, because we took the first photo, copied it, and sorry, I didn't copy it, but I want to save it directly as a photo. It falls to photos, but I'm not going to put it there. I have created a folder called test for now, and as you will see there are more photos in JPG format. There is the photo, this other, another and another. They are ready. Why? Because I uploaded them to save time. I'm just saving it here. It means that I already have the basic information to proceed. The second thing I'm going to do is copy all the text that I have here. Everything, including the images and everything. Copied here again, but to be able to upload it to our page, to our editor. Let's say from the platform of More Voices Studio, we have to clean it. What does it mean? The web page and Word have additional characters that I do not want to appear on our page because it deforms the work, so I pass it through Notepad. Notepad is a very simple editor that all Windows brings. What does this do? It cleans for us of photos and special characters that we do not see but bother us for the programming of the page. I copied it from there. I pasted it and now I copied it. Now I am going to go to the platform. Here is a domain of mine, but it is going to be the domain of your platform that is going to have 3 places or 3 pages that are going to be made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 article spaces and surely a contact form that contact you there. They are all empty. I am going to go to the administrative part of this page. I already have the password entered. Therefore it recognizes it, and here you will see home, which is the page where we were. I return to administration, the dashboard that is, let's say, our programming control panel, translations that we will see later, the tracking of translations and the administration and log out. I go to the dashboard, which is where I have contact. Any contact that has sent an email will drop the information here. Name, email, phone. What time did you enter? Here there is a visitor tracking. That is, anyone who enters this page is going to record everything from where they were. Look, he just recorded me where I come from and so on. This page is recent, but there are already robots and people who enter because I had an article here so it was visited. So, flyers is where we program our articles. You will see here that it appears up to point 5, which are the spaces reserved for the creation of articles. Let's go to point 2 and I'm going to add the first image that I'm going to leave Diario 16 as the first image in the subject. What I'm going to do is copy the subject that I have. I'm going to copy it from where it has to be copied, which is in Notepad, where the text is only text, because it is clean. It does not have special characters added. As I say, we do not see them, but they bothers us in programming. Notice, this title will then create an auto style, and down here I'm going to put everything else that I copy into text. I'm going to text area, and all the information that's there. Then I'll see if I take it out or if I leave it, and I'm going to style it inside our own editor because that's how it works. So we paste it. You will see that the text that I had in our work area was copied. Now all I'm going to do is show you that the photo and text is already available on the web, without styling it yet on the front page, which is where people go to see it. Look, it appeared at number 2, already inserted in the page, and we can expand it and see everything else that doesn't have a style yet. Nothing. We're just developing the page and it's done in minutes, as you can see. If I copy, let's say, this web address and go to another new page and paste it, I'm going to go exactly to point number 2 in the page I copy. That is, we're already up in the air. Our article copied from we already have a web page with us. So we're going to go back to where we were and we're going to style the information that we've uploaded. For this, it is always convenient for us to guide ourselves through the page that we copied in Word to see what font size. Here is the photo. It is very large. It has to be reduced a little. That is, with that it was reduced. As we see, very small or very large. Very simple. As I told you, the idea is to copy and paste, no programming. Here the first thing we are going to do is change the size of the letters, fonts, that have a number of 14. We are going to do it to 18, which is what we are going to use the most. Then everything changed in size. Everything that is done by hand in programming, here is done automatically. Here is a comment that the only thing I am going to do is put it in bold, nothing more anti-COVID vaccine. I think that here in the anti-COVID vaccine the photo is. Notice that it says anti-COVID vaccine. Well then yes. I am going to add above this comment, anti-COVID vaccine. I am going to add the photo. I go back to my work area, I put the cursor, and there you see it is blinking, and I'm not going to centralize it there. I could centralize it. I'm going to leave it lying on the left like this. Of all the icons that are in the editor, I am going to choose the one with the image, and I click on it, vaccine, and there it is, and it has already been inserted. If I click on it, it gives me the option to do 100%, 50% or 25%. If I make it 25% it appears small, if I make it 50% it appears, and if I make it 100% it would occupy the total. I am going to leave it like this so that you can see the difference, and now I am going to save it so that you can see how the programming of the page has been progressing. I go back to home and see, and it stayed. Look, now the size came out in bold and the image is there. We are on a web page, we are not in Word, nothing to see. You realize? Let's go back to style our work. Remember flyer. Point 2, and I'll keep adding things. I am going to highlight the name of the man. I am also going to put yellow highlighter on it, and this is publicity. I am going to take it out. So I want to show you, in addition to being able to style all the text, however, I'm not going to do it because it's a personal matter and each one decides, and here it's about showing the functions. So I'm looking now, it doesn't give me the speed in my eyes, but what's more, I'm going to go back to the original page and I'm going to search. For example, I know that there at the beginning of everything there is a link. I didn't see it. I'm going to go back there, below. Here it is. We are going to turn this link into a link so that we click on it to go to that page. I don't know it. I don't know what it is. Normally, it would be enough to just go here to link, and you see that it's already copied, and if I want it to be displayed on an external page. This is very important because it uses the resources of each system, so it is easy for it to work well. But I always added bold and underscore to highlight it. As you can see, it is blue as it is now. Now I'm going to save it to show you that it works. So now I'm going to flyer. I'm going to go to point 2. So I'm verifying that everything I put in was saved correct. Now I am going to see it on the web page. This is already on the internet, copying the link of this page. I'm going to click on this link to see if it takes me, and if it takes me to another page. Do you realize? I did it from our web page created. So now the next thing is to work on the style and the links of all this, but we are going to insert an audio here and a video as a test. We are going to go to our work area again. Dashboard, flyer, point 2 that I am working on, and I am able to edit the text again. For example, here I am going to want to add an audio. Whatever it is, an audio made with WhatsApp, for example, and then we are going to create a video of my platform. In your case it will be yours to see how it behaves. We continue with the example. I am back on the page that we have already created. Well, here I have an example of an inserted video. It means that if we go to the administration, dashboard, flyers and look for the page, the article that we are working on, we will have it there. As you can see, everything remained okay. Here is where I want to insert the audio in this video that I tested. I'm going to take it out to put it in front of you. So here we are, and I want to listen to this audio. I have already recorded this audio on WhatsApp and I downloaded it. It is in my downloads folder. So I am going to look for it there. I know it is this one. It ends in 624 and simply I hit it. It's that easy. You see, I don't know if you are going to listen to it, but this is the audio that I told you that we are going to insert on the page, and here you see it. I did it on WhatsApp and I downloaded it. In other words, we are going to be able to see this on the page, but first we are going to insert a video that I have on my platform. You will have it on your platform. Here is the title of the video that I want to put. I don't need it, but I can put, and here is the link created on the platform where it says www.hectorgonzalo.com. It will say the name of your domain and the short link that it automatically generates for each video. It is the one with which you can paste it in all the media to advertise it or send it directly to people who want. I just pasted it. We are going to save it. We save it. It tells us that it was successfully uploaded and we are going to see it on the page. So here's our page. There's the photo. There's the highlighter. There's the link that we've already tested, and now we're going to listen to the audio. This is the audio that I told you that we are going to insert on the page, and here you see it. I did it on WhatsApp. I downloaded it, which simply, and I inserted it as you are already seeing that I am going to show you in the video, and it works. Now if I have the text of what the audio says and I write it down here, when it is translated, people who do not understand English can also understand it. Let's see the video that I also inserted. I'm going to run a little. If you see the text rolling, and we could, if we want to share it, with this alone it is already copied, and if we go so that you can see it, we paste it here and you will see that link that was copied from the video. That easy. Then we are facing a small revolution here. Because today there are Facebook pages that are closed. There are videos that are also censored. Facebook, Google, Instagram, WhatsApp, Telegram itself. They are applications that run on the internet. So when you have your domain, it will also be an application that runs on the internet. When someone doesn't like something, who are they going to report? To you? They can't go to Facebook because they doesn't have access. You guys are a private account. This is something you guys have put together. I am going to leave it here because the page is already created. What happens? We have videos inserted. We have audio inserted. We have images inserted. Styled fonts. Everything that I said, but the translation is missing. What it is that I want you to see in person. So I'm going to save. Well, it's already saved. I'm going to select. When you're logged in as an administrator, down here, 3 buttons appear. One is to choose the languages. I am going to choose all the languages, and here it says start the translation. Well, the translation is going to start. It says that it is passed to the translation waiting list because this system works with a central translator, so all the members, being they 10,000, 20,000, 100,000, they can use the system. I want to clarify that the translation is done only once, and then when a language is required, either because the page was opened in a country with another language, your system will detect which country it is and which language is spoken. That is, the image is already presented in the language spoken in the country. You do not have to change it, but if someone wants to change it, they can change it. Now we are going to see the status of the translation. What is happening? This is the waiting queue. Let's say, as you will see, here is the page that we want to translate. It is going to be translated in these languages. It has a timeout to start because it may be doing other works, but in a few minutes it starts what is processing this. These minutes are a few, 2, 3, 4, so I can refresh the page in various ways. If you see, let's see if it appears here. Reload the page, then the page loads again. We are going to do this, and here it is still on the list to be translated. The system may be busy, there may be many translations running, but it takes only minutes when it starts. It does not stop until it is finished, so we are going to give it the time it needs, and in a few seconds it's going to go to a line down here, which is the translation line. I'm going to go back to the home page and I'm going to go to status, to the translation status. As you will see, it has already appeared in pending here, that is, it is ready to be done, to translate the page into 109 languages. Here are the languages to which it is going to be translated. They are all pending, which means that it is the system is reading them, in all its languages and then putting it into text. As you will see just by refreshing the page, which is by highlighting the page web address and pressing enter, and at some point it will start processing. That takes minutes, 109 languages. As you can see now, it is already being processed. That is, if I go to the page I will find that the first language, which is African, is completed. Surely if I open it again it has already started or finished because the processing of the second language is very fast. It's all ready for the third one that I don't know what language it is but well it's there, and so on until it's finished. I want to show you how the translation process goes. Refreshing here we see that all these languages have already been translated. It means that they are in the database. When someone requires it, it will not be translated again. It simply uses it from the database and all these are still pending that in a few more minutes it will be finished. I paused for a few minutes, as you can see it is still being processing. Let's see what texts of what languages have already been translated. As you can see, almost all of them are here. There are a few left and when the status is finished it will disappear from the processing line and it will be marked as complete. That is, what is here will go down here as a finished job and we will verify it. This is being done directly as you see it, as you are going to do it. It's very simple. The video obviously has to be connected to the platform. It can be on Vimeo, YouTube, Library, Rumble or on your own servers. The platform organizes them and creates that link. Now look, this is the page that we are translating. It will happen as it is here in other tests that we did. It will happen but with the 109 languages that are marked here. So let's see. Notice all the languages have already been translated in real time. I paused because there are many but it's only to save your time in visualization. It is already completed. It finished with Zulu, which is an African language, and we are going to go to the front page. We are going to see the status and you see that this is already empty. This is empty because the video went to here 109 languages. The date is April 4th and that same place that I am doing step by step because I want to work for myself in terms of creating a video for you with audio obviously. I'm going to go to the page. Being an administrator I don't see the translation. To see the translation, you has to log out as an administrator, be a visitor, to be able to choose a language. So I go to the page again. I already logged out as administrator and here I am going to see it in the language in which it is created. It is in English as you see it because I am in the United States and these elements that are here, these little flags detect in which country you are, and they show it to me. Everything that was in Spanish is now in English, of course not the audio, because I can write the audio text below the audio file, and it translates as well. But look, I put it in English. How long did it take? Seconds, but I also put it in other languages. For example, if we are going to choose by country, what is the flag on the top right, and we look for a language that you see is obviously different. I want to look for Russia, or better, we are going to look for Israel that has the Hebrew, then everything we did now would have to appear in Hebrew, and it is, look, Hebrew is written right to left. Then they already have it in Hebrew. We are going to search for another language. Again we choose the language with the little flag on the left and we are going to search, for example, German. I am looking for German. When the page is opened it will be detected in each country or you can change the language. As you can see, the text has already appeared in German with these simple steps. I don't think there is another tool that gives you this possibility. To be able to tell the world what you do. I don't know if this video is translated, the video itself. This hasn't been translated into German, so it's left in English. But if the video is translated into German, you're going to see it in German too. Both what it says here obviously and what it's on the page. So we are talking about a revolution here. Now if I want to give the page more style, as you will see or remember, the page itself has the original page that I saved in Word. It has some styles, for example, titles and other images which could be inserted without problem. I will see if I insert this image. Then I am going to go to the administration again. I am going to enter my password because obviously it is necessary to do a job in administration. I am in administration. I go to the dashboard and I go to the flyer. I look for our work in point 2. I have it there, and here is the original, but for example, as I told you, I want to enter another image so that you can see we are going to put it here. I'm leaving to the image symbol and looked for the image where I told you I had the images, which is a folder called test, which is why I made it so that we can do this job. This is the image and I insert it. Notice that it is already inserted. I am going to give it a 50% size in this case, and I am going to upload it to the web page. I mean that we already have a web page created from an article by another website of some company. But you can create an article, add all the images you want, and you will see that here is the image that I just uploaded. This is already a web page, that is, in minutes we have solved the problem. If you have followers in your current social media, it is only necessary to give them the web address, page link, where all your articles are, and then, at the end, they can be linked. You can put the list of other pages, of other articles, here at the end, and people will see it permanently. You can now, if you want to save this article already done, we do it this way. We go to the dashboard, we go to flyer, position 2, and in the cursor up here is this symbol that will show us the HTML code with which the page is showing. What am I going to do? I am going to copy all the content. Here are some images that were transformed into 64 format, which is how Word has them saved. That is beside the point. You don't have to see the code or learn it. We're just going to copy it, and I'm going to put it in any text file. So, I'm going to open a clean notepad. I'm just going to copy the HTML code that I just copied. So what is this going to do for me then? Now what I'm going to do is just delete the content we just created. I am going to delete it, and based on the information that I have saved in the text file, I am going to save it so that you can see that the only thing that will remain is the image of the title and the subtitle that we put on it. As you can see, it is totally empty, it no longer exists. But then I say, how did you recover it? They are going to put this by hand. They are just two little things, but it is very easy. If I want to recover the work done, I go to the dashboard. It is at point 2 that I want to put it. I can put it in any other page, and now I have everything empty, so I go to the file that I made. I am going to copy everything, and then I am going to simply insert, but in the HTML part that is this symbol. There I see it, and whatever is here he deleted it. Actually I overwrite it with the content of the page, and look what happened. There is the page again, the page we had saved. It means that all your articles can be saved in simple text files and you can retrieve it whenever you want. One more way of not losing your work. Now I'm going to upload it to see if it's really on the page. Right. And notice that the page is perfectly there, just copying and pasting. We have done everything by copying and pasting as I announced. We have inserted videos, we have inserted images, we have styled fonts, and everything. Everything that I announced to you. Do not miss this opportunity, which is the platform that organizes the videos. But we have added the studio part that it's going to bring conferences, video conferences. I think it will be 200, 300 people. I don't know yet. We're still working on that. And the study part that allows them to design web pages on the spot as you saw on this video, and never lose the work done once. Thank you very much for your time here. A small reflection that could not be missing. We are in the year 2022. My question is, how do you expect to carry out your business? We know that many lives have been saved thanks to the information that we can send to the most remote corners of the planet. But as you know, the information is already handled by 3 or 4 monopolies and they are already in collusion. If you, media outlets, businesses in general, activists, journalists, for-profit or non-profit entities, humanitarian aid groups, etc., many of you lie down on Telegram, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram and others. But you know that there are already censorship and closure of accounts on WhatsApp, Facebook, and Telegram does not promise anything better. The only thing left is to use the internet with a web page. They are a website, they just advertised it a lot, but you would have as much control over you as they do now if you had your own tool. The problem was that you are not programmers and creating an article in minutes and taking it to the web was practically impossible. Well, let me tell you, we have the solution called More Voices Studio, with More Voices Studio, which is also a video platform. We are adding what is video conferencing and now the programming studio. You can create an article or copy and insert any web page in any language. Insert audio files created via WhatsApp or any means that creates audio, for example MP3 format. Insert videos to be watched on the web page. Insert images. Create links to other articles or to external pages on the web. Translate all the content in more than 100 languages, all in minutes. Everything created can be broadcast to all your followers massively with a mouse click via email, text message or paste the link of this page in the media you currently use. We have to start creating our own network. You can also save all the articles created in a simple text file to recreate the page in seconds, so you will have all the history of work created. This gives you total control of the work done with all the elements you need, already available. You can do it in less than 30 minutes. You just need to copy and paste and know where to click that everyone knows, that is, no programming. It accompanied what is going to be the video of the platform today, More Voices, and what is going to be the platform, More Voices Study. Here I am going to put the video of the More Voices platform, and the current video where you are seeing this information. And there will also be a web page with this information that is created 100% with the More Voices Studio platform that we have in our development center. Thanks. Where are we going? I want you to look at this image, pay close attention to it, because it tells us where we are going. An international network of platforms and also independent videos platform that you can see at www.wetube.video. Still the explanation of what we are going to do. It has not been done. We are working day and night to fulfill it. Imagine all the connected platforms on the planet with all the censorable information they want, and it will be impossible to censor us all. This is what I have visualized that we should already have in operation. We would be becoming totally independent from the corrupt media, colluding with the new order, and we could have a huge commercial network in more than 100 languages, imagine. If you have already seen this video, it is only to think that it is time to act, to have your own independent tools where each one is the owner and lord of their work and the freedom to call things by their name. Keep in mind, visit the site, There is the explanation on www.wetube.video, and you can also visualize that it is time to have a totally independent network without ridiculous community rules because you are the owners of that platform. Who are they going to complain to? To WhatsApp, to YouTube, to Facebook. They are just one more application on the internet, as you are going to have your own application. Think about it. Thanks.